Welcome all of you in this workshop. In this workshop, we will learn about Azure Spring Boot fundamentals, building Spring Boot microservices, and deploy Spring Boot apps to Azure Spring Cloud Cluster. Before beginning, let me quickly introduce myself. I am Ashish Jain. I am having an engineering degree and I am working as a lead developer in Palo IT. Palo IT is an international consultancy specialized in human-centered design, agile software development, and in the transformation of forward-thinking companies. Last many years, I have been involved in application designing, architecture, coding, and deployment. I am Microsoft certified on Azure AZ 900. My most of the experience is in Java, J2E, Spring Boot, and cloud-related projects. I am being active in mentoring and sharing knowledge online. Also, I am conducting workshop in a client side while I am in work. Here is my LinkedIn profile and email. In case you are interested, you can contact me. Let's start on workshop now. This workshop is a simplified version of full Azure Spring Cloud, and it is aimed to build up developers to get started using Azure Spring Cloud in roughly around 2 hours. I will be providing full Spring Boot code base with key concepts and the tools. In this hands-on workshop, you will learn how to use Azure Portal and CLI. CLI is command line interface to connect to the Azure. We will learn what is resource group, how we can create, build and configure Azure Spring Cloud. We will create Spring Cloud config server, connect to the repository. We will create database servers. Then we will configure the database service and bind to the Spring Boot microservice. Then we will deploy to Azure cloud environment our Spring Boot microservices. Then we'll see how we can access, how we can create the public URL, then access from our local system to those Spring Boot microservices. Then we see how we can scale out our Spring Boot microservice app, and last we'll see how we can work on continuous integration and continuous deployment using Jenkins, Azure DevOps, and some other things. Before starting workshop, we need to make sure we have the following things. You need to have an Azure subscription. If you don't have, please go and create a new Azure subscription. You will get 200 credits free. That is sufficient to complete this workshop. You need to have Azure DevOps account to create a repository. Otherwise, if you have Git account, that also okay. You can connect your Git repository from Azure Spring Cloud. You need to install the Azure CLI. In later section, I will show you from where you can install the CLI. You need to have a Java 8 minimum and the IDE, either Eclipse, IntelliJ, or any other. And your system should have curl utility. So just make sure you have all these things handy. Then we can start working on the workshop. Let's start with Azure login on CLI and see some of the components. CLI is nothing but command line interface. Before we proceed further, we need to set up the Azure. We will be using Azure CLI throughout this workshop. If you don't have Azure CLI, it can be installed from the given location. I will assume that you have an existing subscription with no other resource. Set up the Azure CLI if it's not already installed on your machine and install it first. Now we will check whether our CLI is installed successfully or not. So these are some commands. We'll start from now, typing in on command prompt. We'll see what is the version if it's successful. So I'll just copy this command and type it. So it gives me your command line, what is the Azure CLI version, and whether it's successful or not. If you face any issues in this command, you need to reinstall the Azure CLI. Just go through the link, this link, and then install first the Azure CLI. This is the main thing we need to have to proceed on workshop. Once you get the Azure version, then you can check. You have to log in first. You already have a Azure subscription. You need to log in to your subscription using this command az login. So let's just try what happens. When I type this on command prompt, it will open a new browser window, your default browser window. You need to select your account email ID. As I already logged in, so it will show you have logged into Microsoft Azure. If you are not logged in, you need to provide your password and then just click it, then it will log in. You come back to your command prompt, then you can see output of Azure login. It will give your cloud name, your tenant ID, and some IDs, and then subscription ID, and the subscription name Azure subscription 1, and state is enabled. It means you are able to log in to Azure from your Azure CLI. Now Azure CLI is connected to your Azure portal. Let's come back. We need to show what is your account. This is the command az account show. Just type it and see. You can see your environment detail. Main thing you need to notice here, your state is enabled and your subscription, Azure subscription. This is my free subscription. You will be also having same type of similar name, and you can see your username as a email address which you given while creating your Azure subscription. If you are using multiple subscription, this is the commands to set your subscription which you want to connect. We are not going to use this now because I have only one subscription. Probably you also will be having only single subscription. So this should be okay after login. You need to install some extension that is related to Spring Cloud. So this is the command. You just copy paste to your command prompt after login. So you will get the command output. Spring Cloud is already installed. I already installed, that's why I got this message. But if you install just now, there will be some installation process around 1 to 2 minutes. Then you will get your Azure Spring Cloud is installed. So now your Azure CLI is ready to communicate to Azure. We can check later Azure portal, your subscription and all. Once we start creating some Spring components. Let's go through the application introduction first. The microservices which we are going to build and deploy to Spring Cloud Azure. In this demonstration, we will be exploring feature of Azure Spring Cloud and how to configure and use them. For this workshop, we will create 2 microservice apps and travel portal service and a commission service. The travel portal service will receive a tour leader's details and total sales, and it will invoke the commission service to calculate the commission. Travel service will use the service registry features of Azure Spring Cloud to look up the commission service. The commission service will receive a request to calculate the commission. This request will be from travel service. It will look for a total sales figure in configuration file, and based on the value, it will calculate the commission and save it into a database. The commission service will use the service registry, config server, and database binding of Azure Spring Cloud. I have given the final code Git repository URL into a tutorial or workshop link. You can go through it and clone it, the repository, in your local system to use. In addition to this, we will be exploring some more features of Azure Spring Cloud like common errors and issues, and how to avoid them and what will be the solution. So in this diagram, you can see the block. This I mentioned as Azure Spring Cloud features. Commission database, this is also part of Azure Cloud, and Azure DevOps repository. Instead of Azure DevOps repository, you can use the Git repository as well. So the config server will connect to the Azure Git DevOps repository. In that Git repository, we will be having our configuration file. So Azure Spring Cloud will use that configuration file by configuring config server, or you can say creating config server into Azure Spring Cloud. Top of that, we will be creating two more microservice apps like travel service and commission service. We will have a service registry inbuilt into a Spring Cloud and service broker to connect to commission service to a commission database. Let's start creating first all the resources that we need before building and deploying a Spring Boot application. We will create first resource group. Azure resource groups are logical collection of virtual machines, storage accounts, networks, web apps, database, Spring Cloud clusters, database server, Azure clouds, and all of the components. Typically, user will group related resources for an application and divide into a resource group for production and non-production. We can further subdivide also. So in this section, we will create following components on Azure Spring Cloud. We'll create the resource group, we'll create the Spring Cloud instance, we'll create the database server. Then we will go through the Azure portal and we'll see whatever we have created, all the components in Azure portal. And we will create these components through CLI. So let's create first resource group. I hope you already logged in into Azure CLI. In a previous section, we did that exercise. So this is the command to create resource group. I am creating resource group as a Palo IT-workshop-RG, and my Spring Cloud name Palo IT workshop-ASC. You can give your name and then hyphen or anything like this. So I'll just take first this first line and set it into a command prompt. So it will be easy for next commands. I will be just referring $of resource group, and my resource group name is Palo IT-workshop-RG. Then I will give the name of my Spring Cloud. We'll paste it in this. These two lines, I am just setting the variable name into my command line, because in this section we will be using both these names to create further resources. Now actual command to create resource group is this: az group create and $resource group name. Let's execute this command into command prompt and enter. Okay, so now you see there is output provisioning state succeed, means the name Palo IT-workshop-RG resource group is created in Azure Cloud. Let's go and create now Azure Spring Cloud instance. I just copy and paste it in command prompt. So the command is az spring-cloud create. We have to give the resource group name. Under this resource group name, we will be creating a Spring Cloud name. So $Spring Cloud, this we just configured as a Palo IT-workshop-ASC. ASC I use as Azure Spring Cloud. So there is some duplicate dollar sign. I'll just correct it. Yeah, and just enter. This command will take little bit time. This command will create the Spring Cloud under the resource group. So the command to create Azure Spring Cloud under the resource group is completed. You can see it's finished. The subscription ID, the name of resource group, and the name of Azure Spring Cloud. It's a Palo IT-workshop ASC, and it's done. So next, now we will create. Okay, before creating, we will configure these two into the Azure command line, so that next time no need to refer. So we'll do Azure configure default group and default Spring Cloud to the name which we have created before. Let's execute this and configure Spring Cloud. So the next time when we create database or other things, no need to give always name of this, no need to remember. We already gave this name as a variable and then set it into Azure CLI. Now let's create a Cosmos DB. So till now what we have done, we created the resource group. Under resource group, we created the Spring Cloud. Now we will create the database. AZ Cosmos DB create Spring Cloud name hyphen Cosmos DB. This is my database server name. Spring Cloud name hyphen Cosmos DB. Now you can see in this command I am not giving any resource group name and the Spring Cloud name because I already configured by using these two commands. So next whatever command I will execute, the default resource group and default Spring Cloud will be this. So let's execute this. This will take some time, maybe sometime 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So you need to be little bit patient and then wait. So we created resource group. Next we created Spring Cloud under the resource group. Now we are going to create database server under this resource group for this Spring Cloud. Let's wait some time to complete this command. Then we will go Azure portal and see all these three components in a UI. That's a Azure portal. So the command executed to create database server, that's a Cosmos DB, under the resource group and the Spring Cloud. This was the command we executed, and this is the output. So it looks successful and the database is created and you can see the endpoints and all. Now we will see all these three resources into the Azure portal in a UI. So we created resource group, we created a Spring Cloud, and we created database server. Let's go to the Azure portal and see those resources and see some properties. So I'll go to the Internet Explorer. I will type portal.azure.com and then enter. I already logged in, so for me login screen not came, but for you it may be they will ask username and password. After successful login, you can see some notification. So you can see I'm just getting a notification like 110 credits is remaining. I am using the 200 free credits and the notification came 110 is remaining. I already utilized 90. That's perfect, no problem. So we created the resource group. So in a home, you can click on resource group and then you can see we have created this resource group through Azure CLI, and you can see the resource group is there, Palo IT-workshop-Archie. You can click here, you can see some properties of this resource group, cost analysis and all. We are not going to go see details all these things. We just see the resource group is created and then we'll see what all is there inside the resource group. Okay, so you go to again back, come to home, and then you can click on Azure Spring Cloud, because we created resource group and then we created Spring Cloud. So when you click Azure Spring Cloud, you can see the same way we have a Palo IT -workspace workshop Azure Spring Cloud ASC. So this also created. You can see the subscription also here, and you can see the resource group. So this Azure Spring Cloud instance under this resource group. You can click again here. This is your Spring Cloud instance. Then you can see various property. We will be utilizing config server, deployment, and apps in next sessions. So for now, you already see we created the Azure Spring Cloud, we created the work resource group, and we created a database also. So either you can see on a home recent resources, or you can click search by database also. Azure Cosmos DB. So just see here. So this is the database, it's created. Subscription is this, status is online, and then. So see, this is your database. Now this is your database server. We still have not created any database inside this, no schema at all. Let's see. Now the fourth step, we will create a database. I'll click here Data Explorer. And I see there is no database. So I'll click here. Below you can see the new container. Go to new container, click, then create new database. Now you have to give your database ID, your name you can say. So I'll give commission-database. Just leave the default value and then click on OK. Here you can see some estimated values all, but for now no need to worry, because we are using free subscription that already have 200 credits. So I'll just click OK. So this process will take some time, and then once you create OK, it's started running in a background. You can go to home, then you can see, and then what process is running, you can click here, and then later it will be visible. Welcome back. So we were creating a database. Now we can see whether it's created or not. So we go to a database, we go to database, Data Explorer. So our commission database is created inside the Cosmos DB database server. Let's go to the next step. Now we will create the config server. So config server is like our Spring app will point to the Git repository or Azure DevOps repository. It can point to a Bitbucket repository also. So our Spring Boot configuration file will be in that repository, and the runtime Spring Boot app, whatever Spring Boot app be deployed to Azure, it will be, that application will read the configuration file from that repository. So to create that, let's go to the home first, go to the Azure Spring Cloud, click here, and then you can see here config server. So click config server, and then we need to give the URL of Bitbucket repository. Either you can create new Bitbucket repository, or you can use the existing whatever I have created for a demo purpose. So this is the Bitbucket repository, or it's in Azure DevOps. So you can say the Git repository. You paste this URL here. Go to authentication, click, then you can select HTTP basic and the username agent, password, click OK. So this is your Bitbucket or Git repository URL. You select the HTTP basic, give the username and the token. Remember, it's not a password, it's a token. I will show you, and I have given a link how to generate the access token into a Git repository. So you generate it, then you can give it here if you have separate. Otherwise, if you want to use, you can copy paste my access token and then give the same URL and then click apply. So you can see immediately the notification started updating config server. It takes some time. Meanwhile, I'll show you the repository also. So this configuration Git repository looks like this. I am in a master. So for demo purpose, I am just using a master. This is my YML file, commission service.yml file. So my Spring Boot application, which I will deploy later, will use this configuration, and the configuration is in a Git repository, and we are creating config server into Azure Spring Cloud. It will point to this Git repository. You can see in a notification it still is updating config server. It takes some time. Need to have a little bit patience. So now we can see successfully updated config server. That means we can close the notification. That means our Spring Cloud cluster, we have created the config server, and this config server is pointing to this Git repository. We go to home. So let's recap what we have done. We have a resource group. Inside resource group, we have a Spring Cloud, Azure Spring Cloud. We have a Cosmos DB database. Inside Cosmos DB database server, we have commission database. It's empty now. And then we have Spring Cloud, and then we have created config server. So this is your config server, Spring Cloud, inside the Spring Cloud. Let's go to next. Now we will create the Spring application. So as remember in the introduction I told, we will be creating two applications. One is a travel service, another is a commission service. So let's create the Spring Boot app travel service. Copy this command, come to the CLI, paste it. So it will take some time. As you can see here, step started 1x4, 2x4. It will create in steps. Let's wait for some time to get travel service app. Remember, this is the service Spring Boot app service we are creating into a Spring Boot cloud, Azure Spring Boot cloud. Spring Boot app travel service is created. Let's go to the Azure Spring Cloud and portal, go to home, click on Azure Spring Cloud that we have created, go to app. You can see the travel service app is there. Running instance 1, registered instance 1. Let's go to the next step. Now app is created, we will assign a public domain so that we can access from our local laptop. Just copy paste this command. Remember all the commands starts AZ Spring Cloud app. Now we are going to update. So first command was to create a service app. So create, then the name. Now we are updating this travel service is -public true. We are making as a public domain. Just copy and then go to CLI again and click paste it. This don't take much time. So after successful execution of this command, you will see one URL you can see here. Just copy this URL and go to your Internet Explorer or browser and paste it. Congratulations, your Spring Boot app is created and you can access the home page. Let's see what is happened here. Go to portal, home, your Spring Boot Cloud Cluster. You go to app, your travel service. It's running, registered instance, provisioning state success. You click here, you can see the same URL also available, test point plus URL. You can click here, you can get the home page of this. Yes, you can see here some basic information about it's running on 1 CPU, memory assigned as a 1 GB. This you can change later. It's just a demo for workshop, so I am using just default one. You can go to configuration. You can see some general configuration here. Now let's go to, we'll create another app that is a commission service app. So just copy again this command, go to CLI and paste it. So with travel service we already created. Remember, we have not deployed our code, we just created the Spring Cloud Spring Boot app into Azure Spring Cloud. Now we are creating commission service app. So you can see now our second app, that is commission service app command, creation of command also executed successfully. You can go to the Azure portal, click, go to home, you can go to the Azure Spring Cloud, click here, click apps. This now you can see two applications, commission service and travel service. Let's make this also as a public domain. Copy this command, go to your Azure CLI and paste it. So you can see in background the command is executed. You got again the public URL. So just copy, go to your Chrome or Explorer, click and enter. See, now your commission service app also up and running. Remember, we have not deployed the code. So what we have done, we created two Spring app. Let's go to the little bit introduction again. What we are going to create, we have created travel service, we have created commission service. Next is service registry. Config server also we created. Config server is pointing to our Azure DevOps repository. If you have a Git repo, you can point to there also, as I explained. We created a database server, then we created commission database also. Service broker and service registry will be done by Azure Spring Cloud by the Spring configuration. So we created travel service, we created commission service, we created a database. Now Azure Spring Cloud gave the option to bind this database to the Spring app. So in our demo application, commission service will write a record into a commission database. As I already explained, you can go through again in this. So let's bind this app, Spring Boot app, to this database. Once you bind, no need to give any database configuration related password, username or URL and all into your Spring Boot configuration file. Automatically Azure Spring Boot Cloud, once you bind, it will point, your Java application will point to this database. You can write it without any configuration into YML file. Let's go to database binding. Here are some steps. We will bind the commission database to the commission application. Azure Spring Cloud can automatically bind the Azure Cosmos DB database as we created for our microservice. Go to the apps in your Azure Spring Cloud instance. Let's go to the portal. Let's go here, go to app and click on commission service. You can follow same steps. Go to app, your Azure Spring Cloud instance, select the commission service application. Then go to service binding. So here you can see service binding. Click on service binding. There is no service binding because we have not created. Click on create new service binding. Let's create new service binding. Now you'll get the option. This you can give any name. I'll give commission database binding. Your default subscription will be there. Binding type is Cosmos DB. Resource name. You click, you'll get your database. Leave it as a default. Now database name, commission database. Key, you need to select primary key. We are just going with the default settings. And now you create it. It will take some time. So you can see successfully created service binding. Automatically you can see your messages here. And just dismiss all. So what we have done till now, we created, we go to home, we recap again. You have a Spring Cloud, Azure Spring Cloud. You have a 2 app. You have a config server that is pointing to your repository. So you have 2 app, travel service, commission service. Commission service, if you go, click bindings. So you have database binding also. So your commission service app binding to database done, completed. Let's go to the next step now. Build and deploy travel application. In this section, we will deploy travel application to the Spring app, that Spring Travel Service app. Remember, we have 2 app, travel service and commission service, but we have not deployed the Spring Boot app. Source code we are not compiled, not build jar, not deployed. It's just a skeleton. Inside this our code will run. So for this, code repository is this. You can clone this repository in your local system. So now we will build and deploy the travel application. You can clone this repository in your local laptop, local system, wherever you are working. And then these are the command to build and deploy to Azure. Let's go to the code first. So this is in my Eclipse. This is the travel application. You can see the POM XML. It's straightforward. Have the cloud, artifact ID, version, and the Spring Boot started. It's a simple same Spring Boot POM XML, nothing extra. I'll show you two properties which we are using cloud related configuration to enable discovery and the service binding. Let's go through the application a little bit. It's a straightforward application. We have one main application Java file. It's a normal Spring Boot app. Then we have a controller. We have a one endpoint /travel and the post method. Here we will pass the tour information. As I already explained, this service, this application will have a post method. Will any application or the any other UI will pass the tour information, tour ID, leader name, total sales, and the tour date. So based on this, travel application will call the commission application, and then commission application will check the configuration that is in our Spring Config server pointing to a Git repository, and then calculate the commission and enter into a database. Here one thing you need to point, how the travel application is calling the commission application. You go to travel controller, you can see there is a commission service client. This is the commission service client. You click commission service client. Here I have mentioned Figun client and the name is commission service, and this is the interface type. Here we have a post mapping /commission and the method name is update commission. So the travel application, as soon as the request come on travel application with tours information, it will call the commission application via Figun client. Let's see here again the diagram. So it looks like commission service, database, and the travel application. Travel application is calling commission service. We are using Figun client, that is by service registry. Automatically it's happening inside the Azure Spring Cloud. Service broker is nothing but service binding between commission service to commission database and config server. Let's build and deploy. So I already have the source code here. You can clone the source Git repository from here into your local, then execute this command. It will build your jar file, Spring Boot jar file. So you can see it's a plain simple Spring Boot Java app. We use Ambient Clean package. I'm just skipping a test case and -p cloud. So it's a cloud version. So build is success. You can go to target. So your travel -0.0.1 snapshot jar is ready. It's nothing but simple Spring Boot Java file. You can run it locally also, but we will deploy to Azure Spring Cloud. So the next command, this is the Azure CLI command. Just copy paste. Remember, if you have changed the name, you have to change the name into this command also. AZ starts from Azure CLI command, Spring Cloud, app, and deploy. So here we are now deploying. Remember, we used create and update before. Create for creating Spring app, update for creating public domain. Now we are deploying. And what we are deploying? We are deploying into travel service, and this is jar path in your local target travel-0.0.1 snapshot.jar. Let's execute this. This command will take little bit time, so just wait. So I got error target/travel-0.0.1 snapshot.jar. No such file or directory. Because I am already in target. I just come out, then you can see this. I'll execute again. Here we are already was in a target directory when I was showing you a jar file. I just come out and then execute the command. Let's wait. It's doing a step by step, requesting for upload URL, uploading package to a blob, upload to deployment to app, travel service. Remember, we have travel service app. Inside that we are deploying our travel service jar. So now you can see the travel service app deploying to Azure Spring Cloud inside the travel service is done, and it's running and up and success. Let's go to the Azure portal. Go to home, Azure Spring Cloud. You see two apps, command service, travel service, 1 and 1. So travel service is running. We deployed already our travel service app. You can stop, you can restart, refresh, delete, and send. These are the normal configuration you can see. Go back to here. Let's go and deploy commission service app also. So this is the code repository URL. This is my repository in Azure DevOps. You can clone it, push it to your Git repo, or you just clone it in your local and then you can build it and deploy it from your local to Azure Spring Cloud, your subscription. Let's go to the Eclipse. So this is commission app. You can see here not any specific things, normal POM XML file, normal entries. Go to Java side. You can see normal commission application. You can see one controller. Now you remembered from travel application we were calling /commission REST API by Figon client. So there is a post when we create when commission travel service is calling commission service with information, then it will calculate the commission and the configuration it will be reading from the by a config server, which is pointing to config server Git repository on Azure DevOps or your Git repository. I'll explain you later with code, but for now we'll just build this commission service and deploy. Let's go to here, clear it out, cd. I'll go to commission service. cd okay. So we'll execute again same command, clean package with skip test. So it started building, compiling. jar and success. Target cd target. So your jar is ready. Come back, and now we'll deploy this jar to Spring Cloud. I have some copy paste error. We'll change to commission service. Remember, we have a travel service, commission service. Travel service will deploy a travel jar. Commission service will deploy the commission jar. Let's enter. So the deployment process started. Remember, we are deploying from our local to our Azure Spring Cloud. So the last command was to deploy commission service, and it's successful. You can see commission service also up and running with our commission service Spring Boot app. So this is your commission service. This I was explaining commission service client. This is inside the travel application. Figun client. This is your commission hyphen service. This is the name of Spring app service into the Azure Spring Cloud. Now you can go to the Azure Spring Cloud, go to Home, Cloud, click on Apps. You can see commission service and travel service both are up and running. Provisioning status also succeed. So now you can see travel services calling commission service by Figun client, and the name is commission hyphen service. You see here, this name is this one, Figun client, and post mapping / commission. So you can see the controller. This is your REST client URL / commission. So this is how it works. Click here commission service inside the Azure portal. You can click on app instance. See, status is running. Discovery status is up. Discovery status is nothing but travel application can call commission service via Eureka Discovery. You can see again this diagram you can refer. Yeah. Travel service, commission service, service registry, config server, all. So it's all set and up and running. How we can check the logs whether after deployment? So this is the command. You can copy it and paste it in the Azure CLI. AZ Spring Cloud app. These are the common syntax. Then logs means it will log commission hyphen service and save. So you click. So here you can see your started commission service app. So it's easy for developer to after deployment to just check whether application deployed, Tomcat server, Spring commission service is up and all running. In the same way, you can see travel service logs also. So your started travel application, normal Spring Boot, the similar type of log you can find here. If any error, any exception, you can check here itself. Let's come out, go to our page. So we have deployed commission service, we have deployed travel application, travel service also. Let's see some specific Spring Cloud configuration. So build and deployment. Spring Boot important configuration in dependencies in POM XML to discover status as on in Azure Spring Cloud for our services. As I explain you, here you can see discovery status is up. We have not done anything. We just gave the entries cloud configuration into our POM XML, and rest Azure Spring Cloud do for you. So these are the things. Spring Cloud started Netflix Eureka client. So all whoever knows the Spring Boot app, they knows the Eureka registry, Netflix Eureka registry to talk between the application. Next we have a Spring Boot Cloud Starter. It's a Azure related Spring Boot Cloud Starter client. You can see this entry into a POM XML as a dependency. Now Spring-Cloud-Starter-Azure Spring Cloud client. This dependency makes sure that auto configuration happens during startup. Whatever when we deploy the Spring Boot app, some auto configuration happen into Azure Spring Cloud due because of this dependency. Now you can see @enable discovery client to the commission application class. Register application in Eureka service registry provided by Azure Spring Cloud. We have not done anything, we just gave the Netflix Eureka client, and we just gave the enable discovery client into the application, and then the rest Spring Azure Cloud will do for you. Figun, this one I have shown you. Figun is a client to access commission service from travel service. Let's see the code to see more. So now in commission service, you can see these are the cloud related configuration. Enable discovery client. This require jar file. So in POM XML, you have these entries. Spring Cloud client, and Netflix Eureka registry. This is normal Spring Boot application. This mentioned that your application is Spring Boot. So this one is important. Enable discovery client. And another one is a Figun client. So it's the pointer is pointing to Spring app name commission service that you can see into the Spring Cloud Azure portal here. Commission-service. So travel service called commission-service. As we give the Figun client, the name is commission-service. So these are the dependency we add into POM XML. Rest Spring Azure Cloud does for you. So now we have understand Spring Cloud configuration. We have to give in POM XML to enable a discovery client and Eureka registry and Figun client, and enable cloud related other configuration. We deployed two applications, commission and travel. Remember, you can refer this diagram. Commission service have the data repository, and if you see the source code, application.property don't have any database related configuration here, like where it's pointing, what is the username and password, all these things. Why? Because we created a binding inside the Azure Spring Cloud. We binded the database to commission service in Azure Spring Cloud. See here, you go to Azure Spring Cloud, go to home, Azure Spring Cloud, apps, commission service, service binding. So this is the binding. We bind commission service to database. When we bind already in Spring Cloud, no need to have any Spring related configuration into YML or property file. This is the very big advantage in Azure Spring Cloud. Out of the box, we get this. Let's see, we in our repository, This is a simple JPA repository. We have one model commission dot ID to leader name. This is the commission.java is a model. So let's see in a database, if we automatically connected, then there should be a table or entity name as commission into a database, as we already deployed commission code to commission service. Go to portal, click, go to home, database server, data explorer. So this is your commission database we created. Before it nothing was there. Now you can see commission table is there. It's why, how come it's created? Because we deployed the code. We already had a binding inside the Azure Spring Cloud, and then it's created this model. One more important thing I'll explain here. Now our commission service using config server to read the configuration entry from repository, that is in Azure DevOps. Let's see what inside the repository the YML file have. You go to repository and the URL is this. So commission.yml file, commission-service YML file. Remember, this is your Spring app name. .yml is a Spring Boot configuration file. We have one entry, transaction-value, and attribute is total sales is 10,000. How our commission service is reading this? You remember, in Spring Boot Cloud, we already created the config server. We have the config server pointing to this repository, and then see the code in commission service. How we are reading this? I'll go to application. Now you see this file. So you have a class transaction value. You go to see. This is the transaction-value, and the name is attribute name is total sales. So we created total sales. Now important thing to note here, this is the Spring Boot Spring API tag @configuration property prefix transaction-value and @configuration. So we are telling Spring Boot this is the configuration and the property prefix is transaction-value. This is inside the commission service. So it will read commissions-service YML file, transaction-value. Here we gave as a transaction-value, and the attribute name is total sales. Here you have total sales and the value is 10,000. So you have to create a class transaction-value, give the configuration property is the name of the property, and then attribute. How we are reading this? Just load this into simple normal Java file we are loading. Spring will create an instance. This is a constructor based loading. Transaction value dot get total sales. So we'll get total sales. Here is a small logic for demo purpose I have given. If your total sales is greater than 10,000 as you mentioned here, then you have to calculate commission as a 10. It's a 10%. If your total sales is less than 10,000, then there is no commission. And this value we are reading from configurations. If you change this in a Git repository, just restart your Spring Boot app, automatically it will be reflected here in your running app. No need to change the code. Let's go to here, come back home. We have gone through the configuration. Now we can test our application. I'll show you here again. So travel service will receive request from any other application, or for testing we use the postman to submit record. It will call commission service. Commission service will get the local total transaction value. If more than 10,000, we'll calculate the commission as a 10. That business logic we have seen in our Java file, and persist the data into a database with commission. Let's execute some steps. So we have a get API get call into commission service. Let's execute what we will get. So it's empty. We don't have any record there. There is no commission created because we have not entered any data into travel application. Let's post some record into a travel. I'll use the postman. I'll use the URL /travel. In a body I'll keep tour ID 1, tour ID 2, and let's say I give value as a total sales. First one is 1600, next is, let's say, 18,000, and we submit this. So we got response, travel submitted successfully. Behind the scene, what happened? We submitted this travel record to travel service. There are two records. One is total sales 1600, another total sales is 18,000. As per our logic, for 1600 there is no commission, for 18,000 there will be commission 10%. So travel service will call commission. Commission will take the total sale from Git repository, that is in Azure DevOps, by a config server that we bind into Azure Spring Cloud. Logic execute, we use the service broker, binding to a database, enter into a database. Let's see if we get some records now from commission service by a get API. See, now we got two records, ID equal to 1, ID equal to 2, total sales 1600, 1600, commission is null, here is total sale is more than 10,000, here is 18,000, commission is 10. So our flow works very fine. Simple flow, travel to commission, commission use the config server, commission use the service broker binding, persist the record into a database and API endpoints. This is the get, so I can execute directly into a browser and then get it. For a post, I use postman. Let's enter one more record, 4 and 5. I'll change 4 and some machine. 12,000 and 16,000. Let's submit. So we got travel submitted successfully. Let's see, get. Now we should get 4 records here. See, now we can get 4 records because it's more than 10,000, commission is 10. This is also more than 10,000, commission is 10. So our application works fine. Simple application, 2 services, service registry, config server, service broker, database and Git repository included. All the details you can find here, some commands and some sample data. Next, we'll show you how to scale up the system. Vertical scaling means you increase or decrease the RAM and CPU of a service. And then we'll see There is a horizontal scaling also, but for now we'll see the vertical scaling. Go to Azure portal, go to overview page of Azure Spring Cloud Cluster, select apps, go to travel service, select scale, and then we can do it. Let's go to Azure portal, home, Spring Cloud, apps, travel service. See, you can see here scale. Click here, then we can increase here. I'm not going to do because it will start charging. So for demo purpose, we just use this one CPU, 1 GB. But if you are in production UAT, you are actually using, you can change the value here by this UI. You can increase the instance count also. There are so many other things also you can see, service bindings, configuration, domain name and all. You can create your custom domain and all these things. But for demo and workshop purpose, yeah, quite okay with this. Another thing is you go to app, then you can go to app instance, and you can see your instance running up and down always. You can stop, start, refresh and delete your application from here. There is a Azure CLI command also there, you can do it. There are some data, 1 hour, 6 hour, 12 hours, some statistics, you can get it from here. It's not, we are not going to go in detail for this workshop for this, it's okay. Great. Click on logs, then you can get some, can execute various queries to find the logs. Then we have diagnostic settings, distributed tracing. This I have not enabled in this workshop, so right now we don't have. You can try yourself by using some documentation. So we see we created some data, we post some data to travel application. The travel application called the commission and then inserted some data. We already saw through get API, you can see. Another thing, the data is created in database, we can see in a database also from here. Go to Cosmos DB, see your database server, then data explorer. You can click on commission database. Then you have a commission table, click on items. You can see 5 records created. See all the records. This is your ID 1, 2, 4 or 5. This we have created by posting a data to travel service called commission calculated and it's in database. Next we will see CI and CD, how we can build your application into a Jenkins. From Jenkins you can build deploy to Azure Spring Cloud. Come to the last section. We already tested our application, commission service, travel service, and then we have seen the database also. We can play around with the application and then check the Azure portal and database and with different API like GET and POST to see the result and upload the tour records. Next final section is CI and CD. So we have a Git repository where our Spring Boot code is there. We already saw the configuration repository where we can directly link into Azure portal by a config server. But in SIT, UAT and production, we build our code either on Jenkins or either through pipeline in Azure DevOps. So here I will show you one small thing on Jenkins. So I have a Jenkins here. I have created new pipeline. So in this travel service pipeline, I am building my travel service app. So just see, I click here. I have only one stage, compilation and analysis. You can see here configuration. So this is my configuration. This is simple one. I'll check out my code. Then I will compile by simple same command in Jenkins. Now the compilation will happen. The jar is ready on Jenkins. Then how you will deploy? So this is here is the guideline how to deploy this one. So we need to have a Jenkins server. We prepare. We need to install some plugins like GitHub integration and Azure credential. Then we need to add Azure Service Principal credential into Jenkins credential store. So this is the command AZ AD SP create for RBAC. So this you have to execute on your CLI. So as you can see, this is giving some error. Directory permission is needed for the current user to register an application. My subscription, I don't have active directory permission. That's why I cannot execute this command. So I just show you how to do this one. When you execute this command, if you have active directory permissions and then proper rights, you will get this block: app ID, display name, name, password and tenant. Then you need to follow this step. On the Jenkins dashboard, select credential system, then select global credential. Add this credential and all required data. Install Maven Azure CLI Spring Cloud extension if it require. Create a Jenkins file. So you can see this is sort of Jenkins files. I just copy pasted in the script itself here. So this is my stage for compilation analysis. In the same way, you can have stage as a deploy here. So code will come here as a deploy. Then this will be with credential Azure Service Principal that you have created in previous steps. Then rest of the command is same how we do on Azure CLI. AZ login with service principal, client ID and the Azure client secret. This all information you will be getting by this AZ AD SP create for RBAC. So once you set this one, then your deploy stage also will be available on Jenkins. Then you can build and deploy into Azure. So that's all for this. Now we'll come to the question and answer. If you have any question, just talk to me. You can email me also on my email. This is my email ID. You can contact me on the email as well. Thank you.